This is a benefit for 100% permanent and total disabled veterans. DEA Chapter 35. So, what is the eligibility for DEA Chapter 35? So, I just mentioned it. You have to be 100% permanent and total. And how you'll know if you're a permanent and total, as opposed to just 100% scheduler without being permanent and total, is you're going to look at your decision letter. If you are eligible for this benefit, it will specify it on the decision letter. I don't know if it's toward the beginning or toward the end, but it'll definitely be on there. So this benefit is not for the veteran. I know there could be a lot of questions about that. The benefit is for the eligible dependent. Now, who is the eligible dependent? The eligible dependent is going to be either the spouse or the child. So what are some approved programs? You can attend college. You can attend a 4-year college, a 2-year college. You can attend trade school, also called technical school. You can enroll in a certificate program. You can enroll in an apprenticeship. And this benefit lets you use on-the-job training as well. So, what are the payments for DEA Chapter 35? If you go full-time, it's $1,574 a month. 3/4 time is $1,244 a month. Half time is $912 a month. And then less than half time is $393.50 up to this amount. If the tuition is less, then they'll pay less. So they won't, if you go to school a quarter time, they won't pay above this amount. And one thing I would like to note is that typically every October, there is typically an increase on this benefit that's not tied to the VA disability benefit. It's just a benefit that increases the VA typically. And, I'm not sure about how they arrive at the percentage increase or how much they're going to increase. But yeah, every October, which means this October, these amounts should increase if it's based on previous years. So how do you apply for DEA Chapter 35 benefits? Remember, this benefit is not for the veteran, it's for the dependent. So the dependent is going to have to apply whenever they know what college, trade school, certificate program, apprenticeship, or whether they want to do on-the-job training, they know the institution or the place that they want to go, then they'll apply it. So they'll just go to VA.gov, and all you got to do is just type in DEA or Chapter 35. DEA stands for Dependents Educational Assistance. I'm just going to check the chat real quick. Okay. All right, no one here. All right. All right. So questions. There's a lot of questions about DEA Chapter 35. I'm going to address just a few of them. So if you're enrolled in college, you're enrolled in a 2-year, 4-year college, can you switch to a trade school? Yes, generally speaking, as long as it's a VA-approved school and you meet all other requirements. Same thing, can you switch from a trade school to a college? Yes, generally speaking, as long as it's a VA-approved trade school or college, and as long as you meet all other requirements. Can you switch from a certificate program to an apprenticeship? Yes, the same thing. Yes, generally speaking, if it's a VA-approved program and you meet all the requirements. On-the-job training, the same thing. You can switch from on-the-job training to a college or to a certificate. So all of these are you can switch back and forth. You just have to advise the VA of what you're doing, what you intend to do, and then they'll let you know. They'll give you more detailed information from that point. So same thing, school change, program change. So um, if you change schools, the same thing. You can change schools, yes, generally speaking, as long as it's a VA approved program and you meet all other requirements. And you can even change programs. Um, i- if you started out with one program at a college and you switch to another program, as long as it's a VA approved school and all other requirements are met, you pretty much can do that. I want to add just one more thing because I'm currently using a DEA benefit, and I am in a degree program now, but I've already gotten like 3 certificates. So that is the certificate program. You can also get multiple certificates. You don't have to just enroll in a certificate program, get your certificate, and be done. You can keep using this benefit until it runs out, because that's what I intend to do. So another great question that might come up is spouse and child. Can the spouse and child use the benefit simultaneously? Is the answer is yes, generally speaking, as long as other requirements are met. And also, the spouse and child, they can attend simultaneously, but then they don't have to attend simultaneously. They can go at different points, if at different points in time. And I'll explain this August 2023 date over there. I'll explain that because this kind of ties into this. So just real quickly, as far as a spouse and child attending simultaneously, if the DEA benefit is prior to August 2023, there may be some time limits in there, and you'll have to contact the VA for more detailed information. But with those time constraints, the spouse and the child may want to enroll, depending on when the veteran first became 100% permanent and total. The spouse and child may actually want to enroll in the program sooner rather than later. So what's important to understand is that the money is paid to the eligible dependent. The money doesn't go to the veteran. The money doesn't go to the school. So the money goes to the spouse or the child or both if the spouse and the child are attending at the same time. So we kind of went over full-time and part-time earlier, the rates. You can go to school as much or as least amount of time as you want. And the benefit, here's something that I didn't cover, but the benefit for DEA is 36 months. So they'll pay for you to go to school for 36 months. And they calculate it based on full time and part time. So if you, let's just say you go to school for 36, like say, let's say you go to school year round, you go to school summer, spring, fall. Well, that's pretty much 12 months a year. So you'll use the benefit within 3 years, generally speaking. But let's just say if you're like me, you only go to school spring and fall, then that'll that'll take away from your 36 months of eligibility like incrementally. So for example, this semester coming up fall 2026, I'm going to be a part-time student. So so how they're going to deduct it is like going to be a percentage deducted out of my total remaining eligibility. And so that's how it works. If you do a combination of full-time, part-time, half-time, quarter time, then that's how they subtract the remaining time left for your eligibility. I'm sure they have a formula that they use. So I kind of alluded to this early. This is huge right here. This August 2023 time limit changes. This is very big, very big. So to tell you how big it is, I'm currently using DEA, and my benefit runs out in 2031. Although I will have had all of my certificates and degrees, I'll be done with school. So that's about 5 years from now. I started using the benefit, and well, they give you, with the old limits, they give you a 10-year period. So mine goes from 2021 to 2031. So that's prior to August 2023. Now, August 2023, which right now my wife is using DEA, uh, and I'm the veteran that she's using. She doesn't have a time limit, so she's in school now, but she can take off 2 years, take off 5 years. There's no time limit. This benefit will be available to her, like just I want to say like forever. She'll still only have 36 months of eligibility, but she doesn't have a time limit of when to use the benefit. So this August 2023, the changes that Congress made, absolutely huge. And so once again, like I said earlier, you want to reach a decision letter for eligibility, and that will tell you for sure if you have DEA or not. And just to recap, also, permanent and total is key. Some veterans get 100% scheduler rating and they're not permanent and total. So they may have future examinations, and that the benefit is not for those veterans who have future examinations who are just 100%. You have to be permanent and total. And I'm trying to see if I can think of any other questions about DEA. One thing I want to recap is that if after the veteran reads the decision letter and they're eligible, all they have to do is just convey that to their spouse and child, and their spouse and child will apply. The veteran doesn't apply. So the veteran really doesn't do anything. It's just a benefit that comes from the veteran being 100%. But the spouse and child will have to do all of the work. The spouse and child will have to find the school or program they want to attend. The spouse and child will need to link up with the most schools have a veteran financial aid counselor, because you have to get certified when you're in this DEA program. So the spouse or child will connect with the school, connect with the program, connect with the financial aid veteran counselor, and they'll get everything set up. And like I said, the money is going to go to the spouse and child. So it's almost like the veteran in which the benefit comes from, the veteran is totally uninvolved throughout the school process, besides sort of providing the benefit or making the family, the spouse and child, eligible for the benefit. So, I mean, and there could be many more questions. I can't think of them right now. I'm going to check the chat to see if there's any questions. No one's here. Okay, so that wraps up DEA chapter 35. If you like this live video, give me the thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Veterans, helping veterans.